morning, guys. Happy Monday. I know it's been like 2 weeks since I made a video, so I'm hoping that I will be able to film this today and then get it up for y'all hopefully by the end of this week. But I just got to the gym. It's gonna be chest, tris, and a little bit of shoulders. I've kind of backed off doing like a lot of shoulder work on Mondays since I do shoulders on Saturdays, and my rotator cuffs just, they're tiny and fragile and they can't handle it all. So that's what's going down today. I'm going to do my best to film most of it. And then I don't really know what this video is going to turn into. Liam and I have some errands to run today, and it's just a mom and Liam day, so we will see what this video turns into after this workout. But for the time being, I have my megawatt. I drank about half of it. I'm not sure I talked about it on here, but I am taking kind of like a caffeine break. I'm cutting back a lot. My heart palpitations have subsided since all that I'm doing is taking pre-workout right now. But I am cutting back. I did a cycle of Adrenal Restore and T21, and maybe I can talk about that later. I'll try to talk about that later, but I'm down to about half a scoop of pre-workout in the morning, which is awesome. I have not done that in like years, so I feel really good. I have my aminos, and I don't even like Star Wars. This is Kevin's, but you know, my trusty friend, the Stormtrooper, holding my aminos. So yeah, we're gonna go work out and see where the day takes us. So I just got done with my 30 minutes of cardio for the day, and Now I'm gonna make my post-workout shake. We've got 1 scoop of CTC Formula 1, which is the hydrolyzed, fast-digesting whey isolate to go directly to your muscles, and Ignition, which is pure dexanhydrous glucose, raises your blood sugar 6 times faster than regular sugar, so that transports the protein to your muscles. Mixing that with 6 ounces of almond milk, so I don't drink protein in water, it just grosses me out. So my body does have a little something to digest, but that's fine because I'm hungry. So I'm gonna mix this up and then head home. I have a posing session with a client via FaceTime at 11:30, so it's 10:44 right now, listening to the podcast. I can't talk after I work out. Listening to the MFCEO Project podcast, the episode with Randall Pitch. Did I just say that right? Or did I totally have that up? But the owner of Live Fit. Really good episode. Really good podcast. Highly recommend it. Super, like, it lights fire under your ass. If nothing will, that will. But yeah, I'm gonna go home now to Liam, and I'll see you guys there. Okay guys, don't mind my wet hair. I just got out of the shower. But I did want to talk about like why I cut back on caffeine, because I said I'd do that in the very first clip. So a lot of times what happens when you're in competition prep is obviously you're eating less, you're working out more, you're doing more cardio, etc. So you get obviously more tired and you start to rely on caffeine pretty heavily. Now I had already cut back to probably about half of the caffeine intake that I was intaking before, because like I talked about on my Instagram, and I might have mentioned it on here too, I started getting heart palpitations, like my body just didn't like caffeine anymore. So I cut back from having like the giant can of Monster every day plus pre-workout in the morning to like maybe half a can of Monster in the afternoon when I was at work or at home, and pre-workout in the morning, and that was it. Like I stopped drinking coffee. I haven't been to Starbucks in months. So I had already cut back, but I knew that after prep ended, it would be in my best interest for my health to cut back on my caffeine intake even more. So I gradually did it. I'm not one of those people who can just jump right into it. And I still take pre-workout in the morning currently, anywhere from half to a full scoop depending on how much I feel like I need. I'm at the point now where I can feel the effects when it starts to work, and I know when I've had too much or when I've had just the right amount. So it's anywhere from half to a full scoop in the morning. Like I said, just depending on how I feel. And now I typically, unless I'm like really dragging, like I'm working 3 days in a row every week in the morning at the bar, so I'm getting up at like 4 a.m. 3 days in a row. So like Thursdays, Fridays, I might have like half a can of Monster or just something to keep my energy up, but other than that, I don't have any caffeine during the day. And a big part of that was, first of all, obviously me just trying to cut back, and a big part of that was implementing, sorry, I'm listening for Liam, implementing a cycle of Adrenal Restore and T21. So I took these for about 2 or 3 weeks. You take them 5 days on, 2 days off. So I kind of just cycled it that way. And they both contain, well, let's talk about them individually. Adrenal Restore is specifically for cutting back on caffeine and restoring adrenal gland function. Your adrenal glands control all the hormones in your body, and obviously during competition prep, your body stops focusing on hormonal functions as much, like reproductive system, all that good stuff, and obviously caffeine how it responds to that is a hormonal function as well. So your body kind of cuts back on all of that and just focuses on functioning, like living. So this is meant to reduce physical and mental stress, restore adrenal gland function to optimal levels, and restore natural energy. So this has been a big help. Like I said, it's all natural ingredients. There's vitamin C, vitamin B5, chamomile flower, gotu kola, rhodiola rosea, licorice root, ashwagandha, which is really important as far as like hormonal function goes, especially for females, schisandra berry extract. It's all natural ingredients. And when I started implementing this made a huge difference, because even though I was still cutting back on caffeine on my own, I was still dragging in the afternoons, and it was really hard like to stay patient, and like my mood was kind of like all over the place. So this leveled that out a lot, and this really helped. And now I'm kind of at a place where I'm okay without caffeine in the afternoon. Like I said, sometimes I'm still dragging a little bit, and I have a little bit in the afternoon, so I might do another cycle of this soon, but I wanted to give it like a week or two off. And then the T21 is specifically for metabolism and thyroid function. So your thyroid is a big part of how your body regulates fat loss and metabolism and all that stuff that goes into losing weight, gaining weight, all that good stuff. So it's meant to boost your metabolic rate, increase your caloric expenditure, and balance your thyroid function. So obviously, again, your thyroid has a lot to do with your hormones as well. And this is, again, all natural ingredients. There's some BCAAs in here. There is a little bit of caffeine. There's green coffee bean extract. But there's raspberry ketones, organic kelp. There's tyrosine, which is an amino acid. There's L-carnitine. There's just a bunch of different natural ingredients in here to help optimize your thyroid function. I mentioned in an Instagram post yesterday or 2 days ago, I think 2 days ago, that this is the best my body has ever responded to a reverse diet. And obviously part of that is I've been competing for 4 years. I've been reverse dieting. I've been steadily putting on muscle, and all of the like every time you go through a reverse diet, your body responds better each time. For example, like you gain fat less quickly. Your body just kind of like regulates itself, I guess. It adapts and learns, yeah. But yeah, every time you go through a reverse diet, your body responds better. But I think another part of that was implementing a cycle of T21, because of all the benefits, like I said, that it has. Like my hormones feel regulated, my mood is better, my natural energy is up. I'm like shaking that bottle. But yeah, I just feel a lot more balanced this time around as compared to past reverse diets, where I put on fat very quickly, and like my weight fluctuates naturally between like 120 125. That's where my body's like happy place is as far as like hormones and fat distribution and all that stuff. Like I don't have abs or anything like that when I'm at that weight, but this time around, sorry, let me go back. Even then, I still feel like a little out of balance. My mood can still like be really, really wacky. But I think these two played a big part in like regulating my mood, and I just feel happier. Granted, I'm not a very patient person, and I'm working on it, but I feel a lot more energized and a lot happier and less, I still get anxiety, but less anxious and less depressed and less like crazy as I like steadily continue this reverse. And I weigh around 117 right now, I think. I didn't weigh myself this week. I decided that I'm kind of just mostly gonna go off of how I look in my progress photos for the rest of this reverse, but I feel a lot better, I look a lot better, and I'm less bloated, just everything is better. And I think a big part of that was implementing these two. Now, I didn't start taking them right away. I only started taking them maybe 2 months into my reverse diet, and I'm almost 3 months in now. So, I mean, you don't have to take anything like this to cut back on caffeine, to do a reverse diet. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just simply telling you guys like why I cut back on caffeine and why I've been taking these and how they've benefited me and how I think they've helped. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit about this caffeine cutback that I'm going on. I don't think I'll ever fully not take some sort of caffeine because obviously, like, I'm a mom. I need my peace and quiet time. Liam gets up at like 7:30 most days. I'm surprised he's not awake right now because it's almost like 8:15. So I usually get up, like, even on days that I don't work. Like, I work today, so I got up at 4 to work out. But even on days I don't work, I'm getting up at 7 a.m. just so I can, like, collect myself and, like, wake up a little bit. So I'm very tired all the time, and I go to bed at like 9:30 every night. Like, grandma status, hi, that's me. So I do need a little bit of caffeine in the morning to get me going and get through my workouts, because I like to train hard and I like to train heavy. So yeah, anyway, these have greatly helped me cut back on caffeine and kind of just feel normal again after this prep, because I prepped from like mid-January until October. So those have been super helpful. And I did post on my Instagram that I wanted to do a Q&A, and I actually only got 2 questions. So I guess I do a really good job at being transparent with you guys, because that's honestly not a lot. So I'm cool with it. If you guys get a lot out of my Instagram posts, then that means more to me than doing a Q&A on YouTube. So let me just answer those 2 questions really quick. The first question was from Ashley Aarons. I'll spell the name on here because I don't know if I say that right. If I'm saying her Instagram name wrong, Ashley, I'm sorry. She asked, what's your training split for the week like, and how much cardio do you do? So my training split for the week is always 5 days a week. I do chest, tris, and a little bit of shoulders on Mondays. Tuesdays are a quad and glute focused leg day. Wednesday is back and biceps. Thursday is hamstrings and glutes. And then Friday is just cardio. I'm talking too fast. Saturday is full out shoulders. And then Sunday is strictly cardio and another rest day. I do my cardio like first of all, okay, let's get into how much cardio I do. Right now, I just backed it down to 25 minutes 4 times a week. It's all steady state at the moment. I am slowly backing down my cardio. That's part of reverse dieting, is backing down your cardio and increasing caloric intake so that you can gain muscle, gain some fat, and kind of get back to normal. I'm hoping to get down to like 15 minutes 4 times a week. That's like my goal. I do like cardio, it makes me feel good, so I'm not gonna completely stop doing it. And with my body type, I can't maintain a comfortable weight without at least 15 minutes. So I do 25 minutes 4 times a week, and I do 2 of those on rest days to get my body moving, and then I do 2 of those on training days just to get it in. That's kind of how I do things. I've been training 5 days a week for like 2 years now. I used to train 6, but that's just too much with the way I like to train, so that's what I do. And the second question was from Hannah Walsh _fit. She asked advice for someone prepping for their first competition. My best advice is just, if you have a coach, trust the process, follow your program, and try to keep a good mindset. Competition prep is hard. It's hard to go into, it's hard to do, and it's hard to come off of. So remember that you are not your body, and it's only temporary. Just trust the process, work hard, and those 10-15 seconds on stage, that minute, doesn't matter compared to the rest of your life. It's just one part of it. It's really easy to lose yourself in prep and in tracking macros and making sure you get all your training sessions in, making sure you get all your cardio in. But it's important to keep that life balance, because otherwise you're gonna go insane. So remember that prep isn't everything, it's not life, and make time for family, make time for friends, or in my case, make time for your kid. It's just kind of a learning process, and you can learn a lot about yourself through prep. So just keep the positive energy up, and I don't know, that's about all I got. You can message me if you want some like more specific advice. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.